It's a bit cold out there. Good morning, Jen. You make sure you want to bundle up and grab all the winter weather accessories before you head on out to work or school this morning. You can see satellite and radar showing lots of cloud cover. We're going to keep them around, and the reason why is because of a storm system down in our south, actually seeing some snow showers and flurries trying to skirt up into far northern Arkansas. The bulk of the moisture well to our south here. It's due to a potent storm system that moved through Texas, brought some heavy snow there, more heavy snow to Louisiana. Now it's moving into places like Mississippi and Alabama, spreading some nice snows there too. So definitely wintry south of us in the Ozarks. Seeing the cloud cover as we take that southwesterly glance toward downtown Springfield. You can see the cloud cover kind of reflecting, the lights reflecting off the cloud cover. That is, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. It feels a bit worse, though, than these readings, even though we're sitting in the lower 20s in Branson, 26 in Springfield. It feels more like the teens in Branson, Springfield. Fort Wood is sitting at 17, the wind chill for you there, and 15 in West Plains. As we step through the next few days, look at where we're headed. If you want the warmth back, we'll get it Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's going to be our big weather headline, a nice warming trend, but we are tracking a cold front too. We'll have the latest on that coming up in just about 10 minutes, Jim.
All right, TJ, thank you. Today, Governor Mike Parson will be sworn into office in Jefferson City. The governor kicked off the celebration of his inauguration Saturday in his hometown of Bolivar. More than 100 of the Parsons family and friends gathered at Southwest Baptist University for a prayer service. Today's inauguration also kicks off the historic celebration of 200 years of Missouri becoming a state, which officially happens in August. The ceremony kicks off a little after 11 this morning with a performance of the Missouri State University Chorus. Then other state elected officials like Attorney General Eric Schmidt, State Treasurer Scott Fitzpatrick, Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft, and Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe will also be sworn in. Right at noon, Governor Parson will take his oath and deliver his inaugural speech, which is expected to last about 15 minutes. We'll bring you all of that coverage right here on Caller 10 and, as always, on OzarksFirst.com. Rescuing memories of the Ozarks is the goal of one man who lives in Nixa. Ryan Labby finds lost family memorabilia to return them to their next of kin. It all started in August of last year. Ryan and his family like visiting antique stores, and after finding quite a few family memorabilia, he started to wonder why these items ended up in antique stores. So, using the internet, he reconnected several items here in the Ozarks with people who now live all over the country.
I legitimately feel like these items will matter to someone. I have never returned one of these items and someone was like, I don't want them. They always want them, you know?
If you have family who lived in the Ozarks and wonder if there are any lost family memorabilia, Ryan has a page where he posts lost memories he finds with the limited information he has. And you can find that page on Instagram. For more information, you can visit OzarksFirst.com for a link to that page. Putting crime into focus this morning, 29-year-old Brandon King is due in court today for a bond hearing. King is accused of stabbing and killing his girlfriend and her 13-year-old son, and stabbing a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old girl on New Year's Eve in Springfield. According to court documents, King is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, to which he has pleaded not guilty. King is also charged with 1 count of child abuse resulting in death, 2 counts of first-degree assault, and 2 counts of abuse of a child, and 7 counts of armed criminal action. All the details to this story and to follow updates, just head on over to OzarksFirst.com. A Pulaski County man is expected to be sentenced in his case later on today. Anthony Alden was originally charged with second-degree murder in the 2019 beating death of Sean Raines. But in September of last year, he accepted a plea deal that lowered the charge to voluntary manslaughter. Alden admitted to headbutting, punching, and stomping Raines. Making news around the region, there are businesses in Arkansas that have experienced success during this pandemic that you might not initially think of. Caller 10's Nija McDonald joins us in studio now with more on this story. Nija.
Yeah, Jen, well, good morning. The medical marijuana industry saw a 900% increase from 2019. Scott Harden with the Arkansas Department of Finance says that the marijuana industry in 2020 shattered everyone's expectations. Harden says the $180 million of marijuana sold in the state of Arkansas equates to 26,000 pounds, and he thinks COVID-19 has a lot to do with the increase in sales. One Fort Smith dispensary says it believes the stimulus payments have also had a direct effect on sales, adding the staff noticed a sharp day of sales when those payments were said to be going out. And it's not just dispensaries that have seen an increase in sales. It's been hemp-derived products across the board.
Survived COVID very, very well. People were very stressed out, and so we turned to our vices when we're stressed. Of CBD, we saw a lot of people with anxiety during that time period.
Overall, Arkansans have spent more than $200 million since that first dispensary opened. But if you just boil it down to 2020 alone, it looks like sales are pushing about $180 million.
Well, all of this success is going a long way in supporting Arkansas's economy in the middle of a pandemic.
All right, Nigel, thank you. Moving on to some more news from around the area now. A 25-year-old man is dead after drowning in a Phelps County lake over the weekend. The Highway Patrol says Summit Carg entered Little Prairie Lake by unknown means, became submerged, and did not resurface. Garg was found about 15 feet from the bank. St. Louis County Police are investigating a bizarre incident outside Christian Northeast Hospital that has left a 16-year-old in critical condition. Investigators say it appears the teen had been shot somewhere else and was being taken to the hospital in a private vehicle when it crashed into a ditch on hospital property. The other occupants of the car took off, leaving the teen behind. No arrests have been reported in this case yet. In news from around the world, search and rescue operations continue in western Indonesia, where landslides have caused by heavy rain killed at least 13 people and left 27 missing. Two landslides southeast of the capital, Jakarta, happened Saturday, with the latter happening when the rescuers were still evacuating victims around the first landslide area. The unpredictable weather continues to pose challenges for the search and rescue members working on the fairly steep terrain with unstable soil conditions. In more local news for you now, free drive-through COVID-19 tests are being offered today in Webster County. It will be from 9 to 11 this morning at the Webster County Fairgrounds. It's free to anyone, although you have to bring your health insurance information with you. If you don't have to be showing symptoms, or you also don't need a doctor's note to get tested. You also don't need an appointment. Again, that's from 9 until 11 in Webster County. Now here's a look at what's coming up after Daybreak.
Coming up, the new effort to impeach the president. Congressman Adam Schiff joins us. Plus, Gail's exclusive interview with the woman facing charges for allegedly attacking a black teenager and the reaction from his parents. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
All right, one last look at our forecast before we go. It is nice to see a little bit of a warming trend before we get cold again. But hey, let's focus over there.
On this little part right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to warm up nicely, Jen. 50s tomorrow and Wednesday, and even Thursday before a cold front moves in. We're back into the 30s with the chance of some snow showers Friday.
Chance of snow, if that's what you're waiting for.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak. We'll see you at midday.